Yes, I am outside in December with no coat on, and yes, it is freezing. I'm here for my wrap up, and the reason that I'm filming outside is because inside my house it's quite dark, and I've been waiting for the last couple of days to get a nice day to film, but it hasn't happened, so I've just come outside in the freezing cold instead. So instead of my usual nice warm surroundings, I've took to the outside. So if you hear any noises going on, can't control them. If you hear like cars or birds, or I've got some chickens, if you hear those making their noises, as they are, I apologise, it's the best that I can do. Very quickly, I'm just going to get through the wrap up. First book I'm going to talk about, just purely because it's the largest, is this one, which is the Harry Potter in the Philosopher's Stone. It's the illustrated version, and I did hold this a little while back. It's very pretty with lots of lovely illustrations inside, and this is the first time that I've read Harry Potter, so I thought I'd start with the illustrated versions, and I know I'm going to have to wait a long time for the rest of them to come out, but I don't really mind. I enjoyed it, and I gave this 4 out of 5. Next up, I've got Cut to the Bone by Alex Khan. I was sent this for review, and I really enjoyed it. It's a thriller, and it's about a YouTuber who goes missing, and videos start uploading of her sort of begging for her life and sitting in the dust and stuff like that, and it's a sort of a whodunit type situation. This was unlike any thriller that I've read before. It was really different. I was expecting the same sort of thing that you normally get with a thriller. Someone is taken, you wonder who it is. I apologise, my chickens are being really loud. You normally have the sort of a whodunit sort of thing, and which is how it sort of started off. So like I say, each time I was absolutely convinced I knew what was happening, and I was sort of invested in the idea that I knew exactly how it was going to end. I actually didn't. So yeah, for the surprise element, this was absolutely brilliant. I really enjoyed the fact that it was set around the YouTube community too, which was quite interesting. I've not read anything set around that before. My chickens are being really loud, aren't they? So I found it made it a little bit more real to me, because obviously being on YouTube myself, and I know quite a few different YouTubers, and it was just a roller coaster ride. I think that's the best way to describe it. So that is Cut to the Bone by Alex Khan. The next book that I've got is Cut, and I've already uploaded a video about Cut, and I've already written a blog post about Cut, so I'm not going to go too much into detail here, but it's about a woman's one woman who has experienced FGM, which is female genital mutilation, and it is her story and about FGM in Britain and British society today, which I didn't know was actually a thing, and this was quite a shocking read to me, but it was also very inspiring. So if you want to know more, either visit the video that I uploaded previous to this, or you could also check it out on my blog, where I've gone into a bit more detail. But this was a 5 out of 5 read, not because it was entertaining, because it certainly, I wouldn't describe reading something like those chickens. I wouldn't describe reading anything of this sort of genre as entertainment, but for the fact that I think it's a very important read, and I think that it's a very shocking read and something we should all know, then I would definitely give this a 5 out of 5. Another 5 out of 5 read that I read was this one, which is Hurrah for Gin by Katie Kirby. Katie has a blog, and she writes about parenthood, and I really enjoyed this. It was really, I found, quite true to my experiences. I found it entertaining, but I also found that whereas other sort of comedic style parenting book blog type books have come across a little bit not my sort of style, and have come across a little bit harsh, I found this was hilarious. It's really funny. She says the things that a lot of us are thinking, but she also shows a really deep love for her children, which I really like, and I was able to get on board with that a lot more easily. And because this, for me, parenthood, it has its ups and downs. It has some really great moments, but it also has some pretty horrific times, and I really enjoyed this. And she does sort of she does little stick drawings all the way through that show you what's going on at the time, which again was another element that I found really funny, and I like the little comedic speech bubbles that she gave her, and it was brilliant. So that was 5 out of 5, and yeah, if you've got kids, I would say it's quite a funny read. And last but not least is this one, which is This Modern Love by Will Derbyshire. I hauled this, I think, the beginning of the month, beginning of last month, and I read it really quickly. It was only 200 and something pages long, and because it's all like it's all letters and emails and things like that. It was actually a very quick read. I had this done in just under 2 hours, so I sat and read this one evening and I really enjoyed it. Some of it really got to me, and it did sort of bring a tear to my eye, and I enjoyed it. It's people's experiences of falling in love, people's experiences of sort of being in that where you've got past the first love stage and you're in the committed relationship, and it's people's experiences of love ending. So it's got a beginning, a middle and an end, and it was really touching, really heartwarming, and really quite raw in parts. So this is by Will Derbyshire, and I loved it. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did, and I wasn't expecting to be so moved by people's words, but I was. And yeah, so a quick read, but a really good one nonetheless. This one, this is the culprit. This is the one who's been making all of the noise. She obviously wanted to go wandering about. Hi. Hello. There we go. That's the noisy one. She's called Gail. Right, so that's this wrap up done, and I'm going back inside so that I can have myself a cup of tea and warm up a bit because I'm absolutely freezing, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye!